opponents now making their way to the ring area. First from Scotland, weighing 240 pounds, Pat Brady. His tag team partner is from New Orleans, weighing 237 pounds, Rotten Ron Starr. And your referee for this match, Bernie Richard.
Well, here's the first of two tag team matches on this program of World Grand Prix Wrestling, and what a matchup this is. Rotten Ron Starr and Pat Brady against Leo Burke and Big Stephen Pettipaw. Bernie Richard says get the match underway, and here is the first encounter between Leo Burke and Rotten Ron Starr since Starr was able to gain the International Championship belt as they meet here in tag team competition. Now it's Brady opening up against Burke, and here's Leo with a hard right hand coming off the ropes on Pat Brady. Many fans, of course, feel that Leo Burke was done in, but Rotten Ron Starr went way beyond the rules to gain the belt, and I kind of agree with that. Here's Starr interfering as Burke comes back into the corner. Starr's got a hold of Leo Burke, and Brady winds up decking his partner as Burke was able to get out of the way. Here's Brady going headfirst into the boot of Big Stephen Pettipaw, and here comes Pettipaw. 6'6", 260 pounds of dynamite from the lobster capital of the world, Shediac, New Brunswick. Recently enjoyed the lobster festival in that town. There's Pettipaw decking Brady. And quick tag for Leo Burke. That, of course, is the key to tag team wrestling, to get in and out of the ring as quickly as possible in order to maintain your stocks of energy. Here's Burke with a headlock on Brady. Brady trying to work his way out of it, going to a knee, then back up again. Now he's got Burke into his corner, and Starr's got a hold of Burke as well, but not before Leo delivers a right elbow. And there's Leo again going after Rotten Ron Starr and sending him down hard to the cement floor. There's a neck breaker, and Pat Brady goes down. Here's a quick count, 2, and Brady is able to kick out. Rotten Ron Starr looking to interfere, but Burke is right on top of Pat Brady, and referee Bernie Richard was able to take care of Rotten Ron Starr. There's a tag, and in comes Big Stephen Pettipaw. Pettipaw's got a hold of Brady now in the headlock. Off the ropes, and Pettipaw just delivers a powerful atomic drop, and now a knee into the head of Pat Brady. Brady has taken the brunt of the punishment here in this match. Well, Rotten Ron Starr hasn't been in the ring yet. I don't know if Starr is reluctant to do battle with Leo Burke and Big Stephen Pettipaw. Certainly, he's allowed Brady to handle all the action so far. Now here's Starr interfering, pulling the tights of Leo Burke as Leo was looking for the pinfall. Brady now tied up in a full Nelson by Stephen Pettipaw, and Pettipaw is able to put Brady back in the headlock. This is an outstanding match. I know fans are enjoying this one as Stephen Pettipaw and Leo Burke are certainly displaying their talents to the fullest. They haven't done anything wrong in this match at all so far. Brady just can't get over to make the tag with Rotten Ron Starr. It's been all Burke and Pettipaw, and they are putting on a clinic as far as tag team wrestling is concerned. And now Starr is able to catch Burke coming off the ropes. And Starr attacking Burke now as he is anxious to get into the ring. Here's a double whip, and Burke goes into the turnbuckle, and there's Starr being whipped by his partner. Starr yelling at Leo Burke to get up while he's down on the mat. Starr also taking a run at big Stephen Pettipaw. And here's a reversal, and Starr goes into the turnbuckle, but is able to catch Burke coming off. And here's a pin attempt. 1, 2, and Pettipaw is able to haul Rotten Ron Starr off of Leo Burke. Great action here at the Lord Beaverbrook Rink in St. John. Here we see the current champion and the former title holder in the center of the ring. Rotten Ron Starr on top of Leo Burke now with the upper hand. And here's a tag, and in comes Pat Brady. Burke and Brady, or rather Brady and Starr, whipping Burke, but some of the signals got confused, and now we've got Brady on top of Leo Burke. If Pat Brady is guilty of one shortcoming, it's a tendency to go for a pinfall too quickly. Now Brady getting somewhat aggressive here in against Leo Burke. And Brady sending Burke out onto the cement floor. And now here's Rotten Ron Starr attacking Burke with a chair just out of camera range. But trust me, folks, Starr attacked Burke with a chair, and that's why Leo is down on the cement floor. Referee Bernie Richard did not see the infraction. He was being distracted by the likes of Pat Brady. Here's Starr back into the ring. And he's whipping Burke off the ropes. Burke, though, able to pin Starr. But the referee not anywhere near the action where he should be. Only a count of 2 before Starr is able to get out of that jam. Here's Burke being whipped by both double clotheslines. And now Pat Brady coming down hard with a knee on top of Leo Burke. Couple of kicks to the back. Brady not showing much finesse, but it is proving effective in terms of punishing Leo Burke. Fans are now starting to get into the action, getting behind their team of Burke and Pettipaw. Just the count of 2. Brady now tagging in with Rotten Ron Starr. Here's Burke down on the mat once again. Starr running all over the place, and now comes down with the knee to the head. And a pin attempt. Count of 2 before Pettipaw is able to stomp on the back of Rotten Ron Starr. Here comes Brady and Starr whipping Burke off the ropes, and a couple of boots to the midsection. Leo Burke continuing to take an awful lot of punishment in this match. Now here's Brady choking Leo Burke by using the rope as leverage while the knee was being buried in Leo's throat. Referee Bernie Richard trying to restrain big Stephen Pettipaw as Rotten Ron Starr now is biting away on the face of Leo Burke. He was biting the man while Bernie Richard was tied up with Stephen Pettipaw. Here's Ron Starr. Back in against Leo Burke, and now Burke comes off and delivers a knee lift. Starr is quick to tag and also take Burke down Pettipaw trying to kick at Pat Brady from outside the ring area. Now here's Burke. Downing once again. You got to give Leo Burke all the credit in the world. He has continued to absorb an awful lot of punishment here in this match, but he may bend, but he refuses to break. Burke is able to finally sidestep Pat Brady. Here's the tag, and in comes big Stephen Pettipaw. Here's Stephen with a shot on Brady. Now two of them together. And Starr and Brady are really starting to pay for the punishment they exacted on Pettipaw's partner, Leo Burke. Suplex, and down goes Brady. Starr is quick to interfere. Here's another suplex-type maneuver. And Pat Brady looks to be in considerable pain. Here's Pettipaw tagging in now with Burke, who seems to have caught a second wind. Up and over goes Pat Brady. And now Burke giving it to Rotten Ron Starr. We've got all four men in the ring, and here comes Pat Brady into the sleeper hold. Pettipaw is able to tackle Rotten Ron Starr to keep him from breaking the hold, and Pat Brady has been victimized by the sleeper of Leo Burke. Great finishing hold for Burke over his career, and he's using it here against Pat Brady, who seems to be going into bye-bye land. Yes, it's all over. Leo Burke and big Stephen Pettipaw defeating Rotten Ron Starr, the international champion, and Pat Brady by virtue of the sleeper hold, while Starr was being tied up by big Stephen Pettipaw. Some great tag team wrestling as far as the team of Burke and Pettipaw was concerned. We'll be back with more in a moment.
It's 1-all with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring from Beverly Hills, California, weighing 225 pounds, the popular Buddy Lane. And his opponent, making his way to the ring area, hails from parts unknown, weighing 273 pounds, the Spoiler. And he is accompanied to the ring area by Frenchie Martin. Your referee for this match, Ron Gauguin.
Well, here we have the Spoiler, a three-time world champion, managed by Frenchie Martin, and against the likes of Buddy Lane. And the Spoiler is displaying a rather colorful set of tights. And he's taking his good old time to get ready for this match. Well. Spoiler making a fashion statement. And I wonder if Frenchie Martin's influence has anything to do with that. I know Frenchie considers himself quite a connoisseur as far as wardrobe is concerned. Somehow the Spoiler doesn't look quite as intimidating in that colorful costume. Here we've got Buddy Lane and the Spoiler backed up into the corner, and Spoiler starting to pound away now at the elbow. Spoiler ramming the head of Lane into the turnbuckle, and now a knee to the back. No question the Spoiler is heavily favored in this match. He and Frenchie Martin have been a terrifying tandem since joining forces here in the Maritimes. Frenchie's done the talking, and the Spoiler has done most of the work, and so far the combination has paid off because the Spoiler has yet to lose.
Not to mention he's definitely the best-dressed man in the ring, too, Maxwell.
Well, I was just mentioning that somehow he doesn't quite look as intimidating in that costume.
Well, maybe that's part of his psychology here, is to make the guy, you know, sometimes colors can play an important part. You know, they paint jail cells pink and blue and colors like that to kind of calm the guys down, and maybe he thinks it'll work in the ring for him. Certainly it's managed to do the job for Buddy Lane here. He slowed down a bit, and the big spoilers just tap dancing from one end to the other.
Well, Frenchie Martin, of course, lurking around ringside, and here's Frenchie starting to take a few shots at Buddy Lane while Lane is down on the cement floor.
Encouragement, shouting encouragement. You know, while there's a little lull in the action here, you know, I don't know what the heck happened in that last match in there. I thought we had these guys going. Next thing I know, I look up and my partner Brady's in an illegal sleeper hold. It looked to me like a choke. Oh, nice little move there. The spoiler climbed
well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Ron Starr losing a match.
No. Let's talk about Ron Starr's team. There's a difference in your teammate losing the match and you losing the match, if you get my drift.
Well, if you'd have done more to win the match, then you wouldn't have lost it, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, that may be true. You know, if I'd have been in the ring with Leo Burke at the end of the match there, I'm sure we would have come out victorious. As it was, my partner, it just so happened he was in the ring. I'm not taking anything from Mr. Brady. We've worked out together several times. He's a very good partner to have in there, but those things happen.
Here's the spoiler dominating Buddy Lane coming off the ropes once again, and here's Frenchie waving the flag incessantly at ringside, just to let everyone know that he is from the Republic of Quebec, as he likes to call it. Spoiler now with Buddy Lane into the turnbuckle on the far side, and Spoiler is just not letting up. This man is relentless in his pursuit of an opponent.
Buddy Lane starting to fire back with some vicious chops and forearms into the chest. You know, this man, the Spoiler, he's not a midget by any means. He can take quite a pounding in there. Brings a knee up to stop Buddy right in his tracks. Goes to shoot him in. Buddy reverses it. Oh, nice clothesline. Caught him right under the chin. Snapped Buddy's head back onto the mat. A neck breaker. Very well executed. You know, Frenchie was telling me that once he gets Quebec to be a republic, that you're going to have a blue card just to get in there and work.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Here's Frenchie on the mat looking on as Spoiler starts to go to work on Buddy Lane, and this match is over.
Finishes him off with a pile driver.
He just finished him off like he was nothing, and Spoiler, his arms raised in victory. Frenchie Martin, of course, sharing in the glory, as he so often does. And Spoiler is able to walk away with another win, while Rotten Ron Starr continues to display that international championship belt.
I'm proud of it.
When are you going to defend the belt?
Anytime. As soon as they get an opponent that's capable of coming in there and giving me a little competition.
What about a rematch with Leo Burke?
Maybe.
We'll be back with more in a moment.
In the one fall, the 60-minute time limit for the North American Tag Team Championships. Introducing the current North American Tag Team Champions, the Cuban Commandos. First from Martinique, weighing 243 pounds, Jerry Morrow. His tag team partner from Havana, Cuba, weighing 235 pounds, the Cuban Assassin. And the challengers in this match, first from Montreal, Quebec, weighing 235 pounds, Phil Lafleur. And his tag team partner is from Dorchester, New Brunswick, weighing 250 pounds, The Beast. And your referee for this match, Bernie Richard.
Well, this is the match we've been waiting for on the program. The main event with the North American Tag Team belts on the line. The Cuban Commandos defending against the Beast and Phil Lafleur. This is the first get-together for the Commandos and the Beast since that dastardly attack that we saw on television last week when an awards presentation was ambushed by the likes of the Cuban Commandos. They were involved where they should not have been.
You know, Gary,
even going so far as to hit the Beast and Leo Burke with the congratulatory cake.
You know, you never cease to amaze me. You somehow have a way of seeing everything different than what really happens. The Beast and Leo, sure, they were out here with some goofy cake. The Commandos came out to see if they could maybe help slice it up a little bit, and what happened? Burke and the Beast attacked him, took a tray to him, tried to put their face in the cake, but it kind of backfired on him.
Well, of course, that is not what happened. And now let's concentrate on the match, Rotten Ron Star, as Phil LaFleur has Jerry Morrow in a pile of trouble, and Morrow gets out, and here's the Cuban assassin, and there we see it.
What do you see?
There
His back
we see
pocket?
it. We
What?
see the object. Cuban assassin definitely concealing an object.
Where?
He stuck it in his pocket.
Stop it, Gary. Stop it. The man was doing nothing but trying to get his opponent to come in after him, trying to sucker him in like a rabbit into a cage where he could get him in the corner, and the two of them do a little double teaming on him. That's all.
Well, I must compliment the ATV camera crew for picking up that shot of the Cuban assassin going for the foreign object. We'll have to watch to see if it becomes a factor later in the match. Now, here's the Beast.
Shooting the man off by the hair, pushing him with the hair. Had a handful of the hair, snatched the man down, illegal from the day as the day is long.
Here's the Beast now with the Cuban assassin, and
you know, I think the Beast should quit messing around with those plugs he calls racehorses, send a few of them to the glue factory and get in the gym where he can get in shape to fight people like myself and the Cuban Commandos.
There goes the Cuban assassin. And Jerry Morrow really doesn't want to tag in here against the Beast. Morrow very reluctant to climb into the ring as the Cuban looks for a quick exit.
All the people in the building here tonight, a near-capacity crowd here at the arena here in St. John tonight, they're all starting to yell for the Beast to go, go, Beast, go. I wish he would. I wish he'd go right on out the door and keep on going.
Beast and Jerry Morrow locking horns in the center of the ring, and Beast has Morrow down, and
with a kick to the kneecaps, might I add.
And a tag, and here comes the Cuban assassin for more punishment.
Now, see, that's the way you take a man down. A collar to elbow hookup and powered the man down. The Beast is supposed to be so almighty strong, but did you see that Cuban assassin locked up?
I saw the Cuban assassin grab the Beast by the hair, and the Beast somewhat upset.
Again,
there again, by the hair.
No.
You have to watch the match to know what's going on, Ron Star.
I think we're watching a different match, Gare.
And you can see the fire starting to burn in the eyes of the Beast. Well, there he got the hair. I saw the hair.
Well, it's about time.
And I think that the Beast was only giving the Cuban what he had coming to him.
But just remember, there's an old adage, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
We'd like to say hello to all the shut-ins watching these matches from all over the Maritimes. Hope to see you out to World Grand Prix Wrestling very soon. And here's Jerry Morrow flipping, flying Phil LaFleur, but LaFleur comes right back on top of Morrow with a pin attempt.
There, Jerry shows some wrestling ability there. He hooks the man by the ankle, takes him down. Oh, a vicious kick behind the head. You know, I'm not sure that's a legal move. This man, LaFleur, uses a lot of salami.
You don't like it because LaFleur used it and it worked.
I don't like it because it was an illegal move. If I kick a man in the stomach, the referee chews me out. If I kick him behind the head, the referee chews me out. But somebody like the Beast, Leo Burke, Phil LaFleur, or this Casey kid can go in there and do anything from use a Gatling gun to a kick behind the head, and it's all right.
Once again, referee Bernie Richard checking the Cuban assassin for a foreign object. Our camera crew did detect some sort of object in the Cuban's hand earlier in the match, but he has yet to use it, although we do suspect it is still concealed on his person or with his partner, Jerry Morrow.
Nice move. The Cuban goes for a backdrop. LaFleur lands on his feet, comes back with a clothesline and 2 drop kicks.
That's why you call him Flying Phil LaFleur, and he's ready for more. Come on, Jerry Morrow, get into the ring. Well, LaFleur will bring Morrow in the hard way. And down goes Jerry Morrow as LaFleur backs him into the wrong part of town. Here's a tag, and in comes the Beast. Beast starting to stomp away on Jerry Morrow, and now he'll go down and apply a headlock, and here's a shot to the face.
Right in the chops. Right in the chops. Now, you're going to tell me that's legal, Gary? Come on, tell the people what the Beast is doing.
Let's talk about the courage of the Cuban assassin in some question as Morrow went to tag and the Cuban pulled his hand away.
Well, you know how it is. Discretion is the better part of valor. You just got, sometimes you have to back off. You know, if your opponent is equal, you fight him. If he's superior, you evade him. If he angers easily, then you anger him. And I think that's exactly what the Cuban's trying to do, is anger the Beast where he'll make a mistake. Once he makes that mistake, then the Cuban's going to go in there and take it to him tooth and nail.
Here's a tag, and back comes Phil LaFleur to face Jerry Morrow, one half of the defending North American Tag Team Champions, the Cuban Commandos. LaFleur whipped off the ropes. Here comes LaFleur over the ropes as the Cuban assassin was able to use that top rope in such a manner. And now here's Morrow running at LaFleur with a chair.
Catches him right under the ear, across the ear, and then down into the jaw area. I think that's going to maybe be the end of Mr. LaFleur. That should slow him down, keep him on his feet for a while.
Flying Phil LaFleur grounded temporarily after getting attacked by the chair delivered by the likes of Jerry Morrow. Now Morrow in the ring taunting the Beast as LaFleur tries to struggle back into the ring. Here's LaFleur back in, looking to tag with the Beast, and Morrow intercepting him, cutting him off at the pass.
Got a reverse chin lock. Looks like it's locked in there pretty well. The people are screaming.
Well, no wonder it's locked in. Morrow's got a piece of tape he took from his wrist, and he's tied it around the throat of Phil LaFleur, and he's cutting off the oxygen supply.
Gary, now you tell the truth. Can you see that on the monitor? Do you see a piece of tape? You show me where it's at.
Underneath the left arm of Jerry Morrow, and you're going to see it as soon as Morrow releases the hold, or if LaFleur passes out from lack of oxygen.
It looks like that may be the case, too. His eyes are starting to look very glazed. He doesn't seem to have any power. His arms are waving in the wind.
There's that tape.
Where?
You can see it clearly.
No, that's around his wrist, Gary.
The evidence clearly in view as Jerry Morrow gestures towards the audience. Cuban assassin now back in the ring, working away on Flying Phil LaFleur.
You know, a few weeks ago, Gary, you asked me what it was going to be like being in the same dressing room along with the Cuban Commandos after having to face them in so many matches in the past, and I told you I didn't know exactly at that point, that I was just going to sit back, take notice to see what happens. Well, I got news for you. I've got to admit it has been one of the best privileges anybody could ever have bestowed on me, to be in the ring or in the same room with the Cuban Commandos. I have learned so much listening to these men in the dressing room, listening to all their tag team tactics and things that they talk about, little mistakes they point out to me. And like I said, it's just been a real privilege. They've even asked me about coming in a six-man tag team.
How much did they pay you to say that?
It's nothing. It's the truth. That's all. I've never been known to be a liar or nothing. I tell nothing but the truth.
Here's Morrow coming out the top rope as LaFleur tried in vain to tag up with the Beast.
See, that's what makes these guys such a great tag team, is he's trying to tag the Cuban assassin, reached out, hooked him around the waistline, pulled him back just enough for Morrow to come off the top rope, bring a double sledgehammer down into his back, and stop him dead in his tracks. That's what makes these guys so good. They wait until their opponent is just about there, when he knows he's got the tag right there in front of him, and then they stop him. And that has a way of really putting
Jerry Morrow whipping LaFleur off the ropes, a backdrop, and here's Morrow now. Here's Beast coming in to help interfere as LaFleur was able to kick out.
And that was the right word, interfere. Oh, vicious move there. LaFleur grabs a double handful of hair in the back of LaFleur's head and just snatches him straight up in the air and snaps him like a sheep.
Morrow whipping LaFleur off the ropes, and here's a sleeper hold, a hold that Ron Starr calls illegal, but here's Jerry Morrow of the Cuban Commandos using it.
It depends on who's using it and how it's locked in, Maxwell.
Beast was able to break it up, fortunately for the team of he and LaFleur.
This is a hold here that some people call the surfboard or bow and arrow, where you pull both of the arms back and plant a knee or a foot right in the middle of the back and pull back on it, and it has a way of just really putting a lot of pressure into the upper back in between the shoulders and a lot of pressure on the shoulder joints.
Off the ropes, here's LaFleur, and there's the tag that LaFleur was trying to make.
Beautiful
and
back
the
spinning
Beast
kick.
is on the warpath.
You know, I got to admit that LaFleur sure knows how to use his feet. It may not be the most legal moves.
Here comes the Beast. He's cleaning house against the likes of Jerry Morrow.
With illegal punches.
And the Cuban Assassin.
Come on, Cuban, let's go.
Beast with a pin attempt on Morrow before the Cuban is able to interfere. Now LaFleur comes in to help take care of the Cuban Assassin. And the Cuban Commandos
A double arm whip.
wind up getting smashed into the ring with each other. Beast has a bear hug on Jerry Morrow, and now Cuban Assassin is in there to get a hold of the Beast as Morrow works away.
Dumps LaFleur over the top rope. Cuban Assassin's holding the Beast down. Jerry Morrow's dropping the headbutts into the midsection, into the rib cage. LaFleur's had the wind knocked out of him. He's down on the mat. He's not. Look out! Look out!
Referee Bernie Richard has called for a disqualification after Cuban Assassin and Jerry Morrow were 2-on-1 on the Beast in the center of the ring. Here's Leo
Burke's
Burke.
got no business being in the ring. He's lucky that I don't get in there myself and straighten things out.
Burke able to come to the Beast aid. Referee Bernie Richard calling it a no-contest match because of all the interference that went on as far as both teams was concerned. And as a result, we have a no contest involving the Cuban Commandos and the Beast and Phil LaFleur, which I think is exactly what the Commandos wanted because they retain their North American Tag Team belts. We'll be back.
The fifth match on today's program is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring from Miami Beach, Florida, weighing 220 pounds, rock and roller Wayne Gillis. And his opponent, now making his way to the ring area, hails from the Republic of Quebec, weighing 251 pounds, Frenchie Martin. And your referee is Ron Gauguin.
Well, here's Frenchie Martin in against the rock and roller Wayne Gillis, and this should prove to be a very interesting match. The speed and maneuvers of the young rocker against the veteran experience of Frenchie Martin, who, of course, will stop at no end. He'll break every rule in the book and then some that haven't even been written in order to gain a victory. Referee Ron Gauguin says, let's go, and here we are underway. Gare Maxwell with you ringside, along with international champion Rotten Ron Starr, who's become a fixture on the telecast despite the overwhelming objection of the viewers as they continue to write in. Yes, Ron, we are getting the mail. We're reading those letters that are coming into us here at ATV, and the fans' sentiments are quite clear that Ron Starr has no business being on these telecasts, despite what you say, despite what your agent says, and your lawyers, who have somehow managed to secure these agreements with World Grand Prix Wrestling.
Well, that's what Peaches is for, you know. Is all you got to do is call Peaches at home, tell her she'll rent a couple of Brinks trucks, bring down all of the fan mail that we get day after day after day at our office there, and then you'll see who's telling the truth. We have so many fan letters coming in that the mailmen are starting to complain to us and asking us, please, Ron Starr, get on TV, tell all your thousands and thousands of fans, quit writing so much. We can't carry this much mail.
Well, they're not writing us here at ATV, and we certainly hope that the fans who are writing continue to do so, and you can drop us a line. We'd certainly love to hear from you. World Grand Prix Wrestling, care of ATV, 191 Halifax Street in Moncton, E1C 8R6. So drop us a line and let us know what you think about the matches. And come and see us soon when we hit your area with all the stars of World Grand Prix Wrestling, including the rock and roller Wayne Gillis, who's taking the upper hand here against Frenchie Martin.
You know, I think this match is going to make a lot of people set up and take notice on Frenchie Martin. A lot of people are saying he's nothing more than a manager. Well, I got news for you. He was a great, great wrestler, a singles wrestler before he ever became a manager. He managed to pick up a few contracts on people like Dino Bravo, the Spoiler, and a few other people, and I think he's got something to prove in here. He wanted to bring in one of the top-notch professional wrestlers in the Maritime area, and I'm talking about this rock and roll Wayne Gillis, and show what he's really made of, and I think this is going to be what it's all about right here. Turn out the lights, the party's over, baby.
Rock and roller Wayne Gillis going down count of 3, and it's all over for Wayne Gillis, as he is disposed of in rather quick fashion by the likes of Frenchie Martin.
Now you'll learn to listen to me. When I tell you something's going to happen, it's going to happen.
We'll be right back with more. Don't go away as World Grand Prix Wrestling continues. Neither you nor the Spoiler have been beaten since joining World Grand Prix Wrestling.
It's very simple. It's because we don't belong to World Grand Prix Wrestling. We're from another place, brother. We're from the World Wrestling Federation. The Spoiler has been around the world defeating everybody. And, you know, I'm still waiting for the so-called proud Maritimer, that like Leo Burke, Stephen Petipa, the Beast, the man that only a mother could love. What a face that guy's got on him. You know, I keep thinking, people are screaming, they demand Leo Burke, but where's Leo Burke? Why don't he sign on the line?
Wait a second. What about this abusing of opponents after matches?
Well,
you guys are going way too far.
Wait a minute. I've already made the facts clear to the World Grand Prix Wrestling that when I wrestle geeks and punks like this, they're all going to pay the price.
All right, that's enough from Frenchie Martin, and join us again, won't you, for more World Grand Prix Wrestling.